Hello guys and welcome to another episode. Today I'm here with Andrew and we're going to be doing some dialogues to help you with your English. And we're going to be having a few drinks while we do these dialogues. So cheers. Alright. So today we're going to be doing a dialogue on the topic of a holiday in Scotland. We're both looking to go for a fortnight's holiday in Scotland, and I think that the best idea is to go for a packaged holiday. So that means going through an agency.
Through an agency.
For an agency. I want to go for an agency, and Andrew...
I want to do something more independent. I want to be a little bit more free. It's to say we're going to play it by ear.
If you have a look here and here, you should see the information that both of us have. So Andrew, I'm really excited about this holiday. We've been working really hard this year and I think we really need some time off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. And I think it's definitely something that we both deserve and we both need. Now, I was thinking the best idea would be to hire a car and drive around Scotland. What do you think?
Look, I'm not particularly keen on that, to be honest. I mean, I have been working all year really hard. The last thing I want to do during a holiday is work more. Why don't we just go to an agency and let them organise it?
Because I prefer to play it by ear. Because if we play it by ear, then we can decide what we want to do on the day that we want to do it. Whereas if an agency does it, perhaps we're going to be signed up to doing tours and things that we don't want to do.
I agree with you, but to be honest, I think an agency knows what they're doing. They can give us good advice, they can tell us the best places to visit, and driving on the left side of the road is going to be complicated and confusing.
Okay. However, if we really want to get good information, the best place to get it is from the locals themselves. So if we're driving around, we could stay in, for example, Airbnbs or bed and breakfasts. And there we can get a whole book of information from the people who actually live in the area, the locals themselves.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but surely if we go with an agency, then they can plan everything for us and we don't need to speak to locals in that situation. And also, have you thought about the price of petrol? If we hire a car, the price of petrol in Britain is quite expensive.
But you also have to remember that these agencies include the price of petrol in the package. So really we're going to have to pay for the price of petrol one way or another. Because with an agency, like what, do you expect to take a bus or...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that we'd be driven around by coach.
By coach, okay, so we are going to be limited to one extent or another.
Yeah, I mean, we'd pretty much go where the coach takes us. We wouldn't have the freedom, obviously, that we would have with a car.
So yeah, I'm not down for that. I'm up for being free or having the freedom to do what we want when we want. And a coach is not going to give us that freedom.
But also, I think that if we're looking for bed and breakfasts every night, if we're driving around, I've done that before, you're driving around and it starts to get late, you're looking for a bed and breakfast in the middle of nowhere, it can be a bit stressful.
Okay, but there's loads of information for bed and breakfast on the internet, so we could easily find it on the internet, plan that out, so we'll get the information from the locals, and we'll stay in real Scottish homes. You know, have the authentic experience.
Listen, I mean, I'm not particularly sure about that. Because if we find specific places on the map where there are bed and breakfasts, what if we pass those places and it's like 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock and we still want to continue with the journey?
Okay, I can see what you're saying. There would be a limitation in that sense. However, what we could do is if we're at that spot, I mean, we just use the internet on our phones and see if there's anything up ahead. If there isn't, then we'll have to say, all right, that's fine, we'll stay here, maybe go for a nice walk somewhere. And if there is a place up ahead, then we can continue on driving and stay there.
Okay, that's true. I mean, there is free roaming around Europe now on mobile phones. So we'll have the internet on our phones if we go to Scotland. Okay, so look, I'm okay with the whole hiring a car and doing things our own way, but I'm not keen on driving, so would you be happy to drive?
Yeah, no, I'm alright.
Have you driven on the left side before?
I have, yeah. I lived in Australia for like a year and a half driving around there, so...
Alright, so I mean look, I'm happy to do this time, but next time I'd like to try out a packaged holiday if that's okay with you.
I'll give it some thought.
Alright, let's do that.
Cool, alright, cheers.
Nice one.